how do we define luxury? We all have a big idea of what the word means, and if we look it up in a dictionary, we will find quite a few definitions. What's more, today we have all sorts of spin-offs, such as accessible luxury or true luxury. But what does that really mean in the business context? In this video, I want to talk about different ways we can define luxury with a specific focus on luxury strategy. My name is Kira and I specialize in luxury brands, analyzing what's going on out there in the market. I'd like to start off by saying that luxury can be an absolute concept, that is, when we imagine certain objects and possessions and exclusive services that are out of reach for many. Then there is a luxury, a relative concept. For example, taking an Uber every day can be a luxury. And then there is my luxury, something very personal, indulgent, and related to our own dream, and it often has an experiential dimension. This is what Cab Ferrer mentions in his book on luxury strategy. Another question is, do we look at luxury in a functional context, referring to luxury as a business or a more emotional and experiential thing? If we are talking about business, then there is a question. Are we talking about the sector, market, or strategy? So let's focus on strategy here. Now let's look at the ways we can define luxury. If we dig deeper into the concept and practice, trying to articulate it, we're faced with a few challenges. Again, nicely summed up in the luxury strategy book. Now, the first way to define luxury is the democratic way, suggesting we ask people what it means to them, bearing in mind that views will vary widely within different population groups. The second way is the elitist route. It focuses on the perception of luxury amongst a select affluent class. But again, it has limitations because it will vary depending on the culture. So it's tricky to get a unified global vision. Then another way is to ask experts. The question is who those experts are and what culture or nationality do they belong to. Then there is the empirical way, which suggests we focus on luxury brands. Yet again, what constitutes a luxury brand can vary by region. The fifth way to define luxury is the corporatist route, which relies on the perspective of a country known for producing luxury goods. For instance, in France, it's Colbert Committee or Commis Colbert, if you want me to butcher French, and in Italy, it's Alta Gamma. However, this approach has limited applicability on a global scale due to its country-specific perspective. Now, the sixth way involves consulting luxury creators themselves about the criteria, concepts, and values. But then again, which creators should we ask and interview and how many? If we talk about luxury strategy, there are certain things that a brand must possess in order to be qualified as a luxury brand. Now, one thing to mention is that in business, luxury is not a category, but rather a strategy based on a number of extreme principles that have to be applied in unison. If we just take one or two of these principles, for example, just quality, on its own, it wouldn't make a brand luxury. Then we have the so-called pillars of luxury. You will find 5, 6, 7, or 8, depending on the author. But let's stick to the basics at this point and mention craftsmanship, heritage, or unique know-how, exclusivity, rarity or limited availability, also experience and quality. And then we have the building blocks, which go a little deeper. So luxury strategy has certain attributes, such as a hedonistic experience where price exceeds rationality and functional value. So the idea of luxury is linked to access and something that is not rational. Now, the distribution channels must also be limited, and how you approach marketing is also different. Then it's important to talk about what luxury is not. So high price on its own does not mean a luxury. First of all, you need other ingredients to make the sauce work, and secondly, there can be a price overlap between premium and luxury. So pricing is determined differently here. If we talk about fashion, now fashion is focused on today and luxury aims for timelessness. And it's also important to mention premium versus luxury. Now, premium is based on objective superiority and it is comparative. The more you pay, the more you get. So basically trading up. Now, luxury is non-comparable. and the value rests on the intangibles. So it stems from other things such as uniqueness. And if you want to know more about the difference between premium and luxury, I will link the video somewhere here. Also, we need to keep in mind that brands can play in multiple leagues: accessible, premium, and luxury. The so-called diffusion lines. This is what Armani did. So think Emporio Armani, Armani Exchange, and Armani Jeans. They changed their strategy though, and in 2017 folded some of their diffusion lines into Emporio Armani. So this was part of the restructuring. Diffusion lines are a bit tricky to manage and can damage the brand reputation in the long run. Was also what Gucci realized a few decades ago when the whole family drama was unfolding. Then what you'd think is one luxury brand is actually owned by two different companies, such as Saint Laurent and YSL Beauty. Now, Saint Laurent is a luxury fashion house and is owned by Kering, and YSL Beauty is owned by L'Oreal. And it's important to mention that beauty brands are usually considered premium because they are more accessible. So there you have it, some insights into how we define luxury and what a luxury strategy is. If you're interested to learn more about the business of luxury and how to launch your own luxury brand, then follow me on Instagram, which I have just created, so content coming soon. And I also have a private Facebook group where I will be sharing some more insights in the future. Check out the description box below. Thanks for watching. Bye.